Hey, I'm Julia. I spent 6 years working on cruise ships and now I'm sharing the stories, places and lessons from life at sea. Today I'm taking you back to where it all started, how I got into the cruise industry, what led me there and what those first days were really like. If you're curious about cruise ship jobs or you just love real stories, stick around. So I had just graduated and hit a point where I wasn't sure what I wanted in life. I took a break from my PhD and I found myself stuck at a front desk job in my hometown. And honestly, I felt very miserable. I couldn't imagine doing that forever. What I really wanted was to travel the world. And somehow one unexpected moment led me to working on cruise ships and it changed my life completely. I felt stuck sitting behind a desk doing the same thing every day for a paycheck that barely covered anything. To be honest, I was very disappointed and I knew I wanted more. I always dreamt of traveling the world and I kept asking myself, how can I get paid to see the world? Funny enough, it was my ex-boyfriend from back then who introduced me to the cruise world. He told me he was going to work on a cruise ship and I was like, wait, can you actually do that? I started researching and I applied. Honestly, just for fun at first. I didn't think they would even consider me, even though I had 2 business degrees. I found an agency and I submitted my application. To my surprise, I got an interview right away. I was excited. Then came a second one with someone who managed my department from Miami. And finally, a third interview from someone at Celebrity Cruises. I got accepted and it was real. I had a contract and the ship's itinerary, Europe and Asia. I was beyond excited. Asia was a dream of mine for so long. And actually, that was the first thing I checked after I got my contract, where the ship is going. My first day on board was, I'm not gonna lie, it was overwhelming. Everything was new, the routines, the ship terminology, the people, everyone was from different countries and I was alone. I didn't know anyone. And I remember feeling unsure if I could even make it through the 7 to 8 months contract. I was alone in a floating city, about to start something I had no experience with, but I was determined. At that time, I had applied for a front desk job since one of my degrees was in hospitality, but there wasn't an opening, unfortunately. So I started from the bottom as a stateroom attendant. Yes, housekeeping. I was responsible for 16 to 17 cabins and the standards were intense. It wasn't just basic cleaning. There were procedures, chemical training, guest interaction, protocols, you name it. It was a lot. The first 3 months were the hardest. I constantly felt like quitting, but I held on for 2 reasons. Number 1, I was finally going to see Asia. And number 2, I was making more money than I ever had at my hotel job in Romania. The hardest part? Time. We had mandatory trainings and safety drills that disrupted our workflow, and when you are a stateroom attendant, every 20 minutes or 5 minutes counts. But I pushed through, I adapted, I got better at my job and I made new friends. I saw places I had only dreamt of. And I finished my first contract. That for me was a huge win. I felt stronger, more capable, and I was excited for what came next. At the end of your contract, you get to know which ship you are going next, so I was excited to see what other places I'm going to visit for my next contract. If you're thinking about working on a cruise ship, here's what I will say. Don't expect to make quick, easy money. It's one of the hardest environments I've ever worked in. Number two, you will work every single day with no real days off. Yes, you heard me. Be mentally prepared for that. Number three, you'll miss home. You'll miss your people, and actually, to be honest, it's not for everyone. But if you stay focused on why you are there and you make time to enjoy the moments in between, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences of your life. Don't forget to explore the destinations. Don't stay on board all the time. You might never go back to the same ship or the same places or see the same people again. So make the most of it. If you ever thought about working on a cruise ship, or if you are already packing your bags, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more real stories about cruise life, behind the scenes tips, and everything in between.